If you've been following the case of Yu Meng Long, then you already know this story is no longer just about one tragic night. It's about what happened after. It's about the silence, the gaps, the things that appeared online and then vanished. And if you're new here, this is exactly why you should stay. On this channel, we don't just talk about headlines. We examine the details that others scroll past. We look at the timelines, the patterns, the digital footprints. And today we're diving into one of the most unsettling aspects of this case. The deleted messages and the missing footage that left fans asking, what was erased after his death? When the news first broke, shock traveled faster than facts. Within minutes, social media was flooded with disbelief. Fans reposted his scenes, interviews, emotional moments. Tributes poured in from all over the world. It felt unreal. A rising star gone suddenly. Authorities later stated that the incident was a sudden tragedy. They confirmed that investigators examined the scene, questioned individuals who were present, and reviewed available surveillance evidence. According to official summaries, no publicly disclosed signs of foul play were found. The case on record appeared straightforward. But online something else was unfolding. In the hours following the announcement, certain posts began circulating. Users claimed to have seen screenshots of messages allegedly sent hours before the incident. Others shared short clips said to be from nearby CCTV cameras. Some threads discussed inconsistencies in timing, who arrived, who left when certain calls were made. And then, those posts began disappearing. Not one, not two. Entire threads vanished. Hashtags stopped trending. Search results shifted. Screenshots that had thousands of shares suddenly showed content unavailable. At first, many dismissed it as routine moderation. In high-profile tragedies, platforms often act quickly to prevent misinformation or protect privacy. That's normal. That's expected. But what made this situation different was the pattern. Every time a new detail appeared, it seemed to be removed within hours. Clips allegedly showing exterior camera angles? Gone. Posts questioning timelines? Deleted. Screenshots of supposed conversations? Removed for guideline violations. The more things disappeared, the louder the curiosity became. Let's talk about the missing footage first. Authorities did confirm that surveillance cameras were reviewed as part of the investigation. That's standard procedure. But none of that footage was released publicly. And in today's world, where even minor incidents often result in clips being shared online, the absence felt noticeable. Some online users claimed that brief, grainy videos surfaced showing the exterior of the building that night. A few said there were shadows visible near certain windows. Others insisted the footage showed nothing unusual at all. The truth? None of those clips were ever officially verified. But here's the key: before anyone could analyze them properly, they were gone. Now, this doesn't automatically mean something was hidden. There are many reasons footage may not be released. Privacy laws, ongoing investigations, or simply respect for those involved. Yet when alleged clips circulate briefly and then vanish, the effect is powerful. It creates a feeling of incompleteness. Then there were the messages. Rumors spread that certain chat histories had been deleted. Some fans claimed that his final conversations hinted at emotional stress. Others believed screenshots were fabricated to gain attention. And again, before any independent verification could take place, many of those images disappeared from platforms. Accounts that reposted them reported temporary restrictions. Keywords related to specific theories stopped appearing in trending sections. To some, it felt like chaos control. To others, it felt like narrative management. But here's where we need to pause. In emotionally charged cases, misinformation spreads at lightning speed. Platforms often overcorrect to prevent rumors from spiraling. When thousands of users report content simultaneously, automated systems remove posts quickly. That alone could explain the wave of deletions. But emotionally, that explanation doesn't always satisfy people. Because from the outside, watching information vanish feels dramatic. Feels intentional. It feels like something important slipped away before anyone could fully understand it. And that psychological effect is powerful. When you remove information, you don't erase curiosity, you multiply it. Think about it. If nothing had been deleted, perhaps discussions would have burned out naturally. But the act of removal transformed ordinary speculation into something heavier. Deleted messages became symbolic. Missing footage became mysterious. silence became suspicious. Another layer that fueled discussion was timing. Some users noted that tribute posts remained untouched, while posts questioning details were removed more quickly. That pattern, whether algorithm-driven or coincidental, created perception. And perception shapes narrative. Over time, the focus shifted. It was no longer only about what happened that night. It became about what the public was allowed to see afterward. Was content removed because it violated platform rules? Was it removed to protect grieving families? Or was it simply removed because it was unverified and potentially harmful? All three possibilities can exist at once. But uncertainty lingers when transparency feels limited. Supporters began archiving whatever they could. Screenshots were saved. Links were shared in private groups. Discussions moved to smaller forums. The more mainstream platforms cleaned up, the more decentralized conversations became. And that decentralization amplified mystery. Let's consider another angle: the psychology of grief. When someone admired dies suddenly, fans look for meaning. They rewatch interviews searching for hidden sadness. They reread posts looking for clues. They analyze facial expressions. It's a natural response. Now combine that emotional state with disappearing digital content. The brain begins connecting dots, even when those dots may not be connected. It's human nature. So what was erased after his death? Possibly unverified rumors. Possibly private information shared without consent. Possibly fabricated screenshots. Possibly nothing significant at all. But what truly disappeared was certainty. In its place, speculation grew. And in the modern age, speculation spreads faster than confirmation. It's important to say this clearly. Deleted content is not proof of hidden truth. Missing footage is not proof of wrongdoing. Silence is not proof of conspiracy. But they are powerful storytelling elements in the public imagination. And once imagination takes hold, it's hard to quiet. Years ago, a tragedy would end with a press conference and newspaper reports. Today it unfolds across millions of screens, shaped by algorithms, moderation policies, and viral momentum. In that environment, even normal digital cleanup can look dramatic. Yet the emotional impact remains real. Fans felt like they were watching pieces of a puzzle vanish before completion. And that feeling, not necessarily the content itself, is what keeps this topic alive. What if nothing important was erased? What if everything removed was simply misinformation? Would that change how it feels? Maybe. Or maybe the absence itself will always feel heavier than presence. Because when information disappears, it leaves a void. And humans instinctively try to fill voids. As we reflect on this case, one truth stands out: transparency matters. Even if details cannot be shared, clear communication reduces speculation. When updates feel limited, people search elsewhere. And in searching, they sometimes find fragments, real or imagined, that complicate the narrative. Deleted messages and missing footage became more than digital events. They became emotional symbols of uncertainty. They remind us how fragile digital permanence truly is. In a world where everything seems archived forever, watching something vanish feels unsettling. Challenges our sense of control. Challenges our trust in what we see. And that is why this part of the story continues to resonate. Not because it proves something shocking, but because it represents the unknown. If you want more deep dives like this, where we carefully break down the details, the timelines, the psychology, and the digital patterns surrounding Yu Meng Long's case, then make sure you stay connected. Subscribe to Midnight in Seoul and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next investigation. We're not here to spread rumors. We're here to explore the questions thoughtfully and respectfully. Because sometimes the most powerful mysteries aren't about what was seen, but about what disappeared. In moments like this, words never feel enough. The loss of Yu Meng Long has left a space that cannot easily be filled. For many of you, he wasn't just an actor on a screen. He was comfort after a long day. He was a familiar face during difficult seasons. He was a reminder of passion, talent, and quiet strength. Grieving someone you admired is real and it's valid. The sadness you feel shows how deeply he touched lives across the world. It's okay to feel confused. It's okay to have questions. It's okay to feel that something still doesn't sit right. When someone leaves so suddenly, the heart searches for clarity. But even in the middle of uncertainty, let's not forget who he was. A person who brought stories to life and connected strangers through emotion. As a community, we stand together. Not in anger, not in reckless assumptions, but in care. We honor his memory by remembering his work, his dedication, and the joy he gave to fans who supported him faithfully. Grief should unite us, not divide us. At the same time, seeking understanding is not wrong. Wanting transparency is not disrespect. Questions asked with respect are part of healing. And I promise you this: we will continue to look at the details, examine what has been said, and thoughtfully discuss what remains unclear. Not to create rumors. Not to accuse without evidence. But to seek truth with patience and responsibility. Behind closed doors, only a few may know every detail. But light has a way of finding its path. If there is more to understand, time will reveal it. And until then, we will approach this story carefully, compassionately, and with integrity. Let's remember him not only for the tragedy but for the life he lived and the impact he made. Hold on to the moments that made you smile. Revisit the performances that moved you. Celebrate the talent that can never be erased. And as we continue this journey together, stay strong. Stay united. Stay hopeful. Truth does not disappear forever, and neither does the love fans carry in their hearts.